your online singing coach.
Hey everybody, it's your online singing coach back again today with a new reaction. Today we're checking out a video you all have recommended. It sounds very exciting to me because we not only have Dimash, we also have Lara Fabian and somebody new to me, Aida Garifulina. I know that Igor Krutoi, I don't know how to say it. Y'all can help me. Give it to me in the comments. Let me know. Krutoi is the composer, or one of the composers of this song. And I know that he's done a lot of work with Dimash. I have a feeling it's going to be a magnificent song. Let's check it out!
На льду звезды фигурного катания. На сцене Лара Фабиан, Аида Гарифулина, Димаш Кудайберген.
Hey. Ooh. Wait. 3 years ago, okay. Beautiful introduction. I love a real orchestra.
Prendo ti te desiderio di me limpido libero il più forte prendi di me vocazione per te e la via senza Dio le distanze ormai sono sciolte sai nell'amore.
I love that key change. Whoa, we've got figure skaters coming out here. Wow, okay, cool. Yes, I definitely recognize Igor from some of the other Dimash videos I've covered. Yes, such a treat to sing with full orchestra. For Dimash, I have heard so much of the Dimash style, which is a little of everything. His pop and his classical and his ethnic sounds. He's got so much that he brings to each song. So this is interesting because this piece so far is sounding very straight up classical music. So this is kind of the first time I'm hearing Dimash purely in this setting. Just seeing him in his tux. It's a fun occasion to hear him in one pure context here. And Aida, I have never heard her before. Ooh, she's got that classical tone locked in. She is like a legit opera singer. Beautiful tone. They're singing so nicely together when they started singing together, and that unexpected chord change there was a lovely way to end this section. All right, let's check out these skaters. Wow.
Fino all'ultimo respiro io ti cercherò la sonorità delle comunità.
I was wondering when Lara was going to show up. Beautiful.
La forza che vibra dentro di te.
Wow.
La mia frenesia di amarti.
Dove no dentro te volerò cieli miei ora sei la complicità nostra musica
There's that unexpected shift again. I love how it ends in that major sound. Lara sounds fantastic. Now you'll notice she is not singing in a pure classical tone. Now that could be a choice. She might say, it's not my bag, it's not my specialty, it's not my thing. I'm just gonna sing in a way that feels good and comfortable for me. And it could also be that maybe she just hasn't had classical training. There's no rule with singing lessons that you need to have a classical foundation. A lot of people start that way. A lot of people start in musical theater, and a lot of people just jump right to pop technique. And there's actually a lot of well-known singers, not so much in the classical world, but in the pop world, who never even had voice lessons at all. Sometimes that works out. Sometimes that can turn into a situation with vocal notes or other damage. Anyway, none of these singers on this stage surely have ever had to worry about that. They all have such good technique. I know that this moment is very special because I know that Dimash has looked up to Lara for a long time. The two of them also sound lovely together, despite the fact that Dimash is staying in more of that classical zone here, and Lara, like I said, is not singing in the classical style. But they're blending really well together. You can see they're really communicating, not just in terms of the acting, but in the way they're singing. They're matching dynamics, they're matching phrasing, they're matching consonants so nicely. Like, let's just back up a bit to pay attention, to really hone in on that, and then we'll continue.
Nostra musica.
See how they both got stronger there? And they both backed up there. Beautiful.
Tra il maggiore e il minore esplode quel che ho. Fino all'ultimo respiro io ti cercherò. La sonorità dell'eternità.
Just turning it up a little.
Come poesia, melodia, sei tu vita mia. Stelle vaganti siamo.
Three now.
Che pulsano nell'oscurità della falsità. Voce forte e sincera.
Wow. Yeah, we got to hear that little moment again. The three of them are singing perfectly together. Again, they're really, really communicating. Now think about this for a second. Lara is huge. She's a diva. She has a huge following and an extensive career. Dimash is capable of breaking YouTube with his popularity, with his incredible voice. Aida, like I said, I'm not familiar with her previously, but she's a diva. She's an opera diva. She has an incredible voice. So think about this for a second. These three people have their own followings, have their own huge talent. For them to sing together in this trio and blend so beautifully, it really shows, one, they're really invested in creating a magical moment rather than it being my show. I'm the star. No one is acting like that at all. No one is singing like that at all. Does anyone remember the three tenors? Gosh, I loved those three tenors. And I will admit that Luciano was my favorite, but he did kind of act like the center of attention. Like I said, for me, he was my favorite. What a voice. I had the pleasure of hearing him live maybe a decade ago, maybe 15 years ago. But what a voice. Now, back to this moment with this trio. They could easily, each one of these people could stand up and be like, this is my show, this is my moment. I'm the opera singer. I'm the one with the longest career. I'm the one with a huge range, you know. They all have something, but instead they are working as a unit, as a team, simply creating something beautiful. There is no wrong note here. There's no voice popping out here, and they all easily could have taken charge, but they are working together, and it's beautiful. And by the way, I will also give props to those figure skaters. just beauty, beauty all around. Beauty here, beauty here.
Nell'oscurità della falsità, voce forte e sincera, maggiore e minore strade pregherò. In ultimo respiro io ti cercherò, la sonorità delle due metà, come poesia o melodia, noi siamo, la passione ci chiama,
Beautiful.
ti sento, ci amo, così.
Ooh. Just keep holding it. Wow. Long ass note at the end. I want to give a little extra shout out to Lara because she had the middle part. That's a challenging part, especially when you're not usually a group singer. You're usually your own show. You're usually on the melody. So the fact that she was in that middle part, tucked in between these huge other voices, she nailed it. Note for note, she had such a nice blend with the two more operatic tones and vice versa to them. That last note, boy, they held that note forever and ever. Now that I know how long they hold it, let's go back and watch and see if we can see them prepare for it. See if there's a big breath happening, because I sure would need to take a big breath.
Come poesia o melodia, noi siamo, la passione ci chiama, ti sento, ci amo, così.
I was watching Lara. Let me watch the other two. Right before that Cosi. Oh. That is a moment with those three singers together. Could they do a whole concert together? Wouldn't that be amazing? A whole concert. Maybe this was a whole concert. I don't know. Right before that last Cosi, yeah, I looked at all three of them. None of them took a huge breath. They just have that breath support dialed in. They were all ready. They all have the lung capacity, the training, the technique to get that nice low breath and just float on that note, extending, 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 extending. Loved how the conductor was like, no, let's keep holding this, let's keep holding this. And then that little look with Igor, he's like, yeah, we're gonna keep holding this. And boom, they were off. This was absolutely magical. I'm not sure what the context was of getting the three of them together because I don't know how Aida fits into it all. Maybe Dimash is also a huge fan of Aida's or vice versa. I don't know. I don't know how they all three got together, but it was absolutely beautiful. And again, I give a special shout out to Lara because she didn't have that classical tone, but she blended in so nicely and nailed that middle part. All three of them nailed their parts in that trio. That was my favorite moment, hearing them all sing together. Now, with that said, boy, I would love to hear a duet with Dimash and Lara that's more in the power belting that they are both highly capable of. I'm gonna have to think of like the perfect song that I would pick for them. I'm sure maybe Igor could write one for them. Igor, please write a power ballad duet for Dimash and Lara. Let's hear that. Hope you enjoyed watching this with me. If you did, please be sure to hit subscribe. If you really enjoyed watching this with me, I'm so thankful when I see the super thanks come in. You can also support me on Patreon. And if you're a singer performing live with a mic, don't forget to check out my mic technique masterclass. Thanks again, and I will see you next time.